Welcome back, guys! Today's video I'm going to be going over some tips and cheeses for the Scarlet Keep Nightfall. I'm doing this on Grandmaster, which is extremely difficult with a new arc modifier. As always, I really appreciate every single one of you guys being here, and it means so much to me that you watch my video. If you guys learn anything or just enjoy the video, it would mean so unbelievably much if you just left a like and a subscribe. As any normal viewers, a little bit of watch time would really be appreciated. With that said, let's get on to the tips and cheeses. The first cheese I'm going to be showing you is closer to the beginning of the strike. You're going to want to climb up these rocks that I'm showing in the video, and you'll be able to climb over them and go past the death barrier and jump onto the next section. If you do not shoot the champions, and they will despawn them, you'll still get platinum if you didn't shoot them, which this just takes away some champion and maybe save you some ammo. After you get down there, you are going to want to go back to the beginning a little bit, just to get them to spawn in. For a tip for the whole strike, I recommend using a scout rifle barrier or arbalest. Bows really aren't that good for anti-barrier and can really be inconsistent, or you can get instantly beamed down when you're trying to charge your bow. I really enjoyed using this trial scout rifle that's void and has vorpal weapon on it, which I'm using with Witherhorde to do a ton of damage with really efficient ammo conservation. I also recommend having at least 1 or 2 teammates using Gallahorn. Gallahorn can two-shot champions, which is amazing, and really helps when you're trying to get an anti-barrier or when you're last alive. You can solo a champion and save the whole team. Next off, make sure you're avoiding arc damage. With a new arc modifier, even splash damage can almost two-shot you. The splash damage is unbelievable, and I sometimes still can't believe when I die. You can get killed behind walls in really weird spaces because of all the wizards and all their splash damage. You also really have to worry about the knights. These guys will keep slamming down heavy arc attacks that can two-tap you. This can really be painful and can be the downfall of some teams, which I recommend camping behind walls and peeking out when you need an anti-barrier. If you're standing in the open trying to anti-barrier somebody, you're gonna die. There's almost no way, even if the knight misses you, it will slam down next to you and do crazy amounts of damage. And something to think about, to reduce this damage, I would recommend using 2 arc dampeners, which is really useful, which is in the seasonal mod, that you can have arc and solar damage blockers. There's really not that much solar damage, but there is a few things, like the fire grenades and the fire that comes off the acolytes. Dead body. These could do a lot of damage if you don't have the modifiers, but really aren't as bad as the arc because of the 50% arc damage buff. With this really painful and high damaging modifier, it also counts for guardians, but only 25%. So arc weapons are really going to be useful for this. The extra 25% damage is really good. It might not be the whole changing of every single run, but it's still extremely useful. And there's also a bunch of arc shields. There's only arc and solar shields in this, so you do not need any void, but funny enough, I was using this void scout rifle for volatile rounds. When you guys are picking your loadouts before the strike though, make sure you have a lot of anti-barrier. You only need 1 or 2 unstoppables, because there's only about 3 or 4 in the whole strike, compared to like the 12 anti-barriers there are. Arbalest can be very useful, or just a scout rifle. Another option I think would be really good for this is stasis. With stasis you can kind of anti-barrier it, but it can also be used for ad clear, which is its main benefit. If you guys want a really good setup for Warlock stasis, I have a video up that I put up about a few weeks ago. This build works really well, and I'll put it in the description of this video. It'll really show you how crazy this can be. With the Osmantes, you can just keep spamming those ice tracker grenades. You can also use the Hunter Dust Field. Within this video, you'll see my teammates are using it. This can be really helpful, and can also give you those crystals to give you back your teammates back melee energy. As you'll see next, these Shriekers are extremely deadly and can almost instant kill. Shriekers are probably one of the most annoying things to play against, but if you play it right, they can be extremely easy. There's a certain range that only you can shoot at them, so you want to find that sweet spot. Or shoot a Witherhorde when you're able to peek and then unpeek. Even a few rocket launcher shots can be useful to take these things down. But I wouldn't want you to waste your ammo. Maybe you could just take it down from a primary at the good range. In the room coming up, there's some amazing tactics that can really make it easier. For this room, we made sure before we captured any of the points, we killed all the witches, which made it much easier to kill the champions after the witches were dead. This room still, you really have to pay attention, because those boomer knights are going to be lobbing massive arc balls that do crazy amounts of damage over your head and hitting you. Even though it might not look like they'll be able to hit you, they can still lob them up over things that you wouldn't believe. They can also kind of hit through walls with a crazy splash damage hit detection. And skipping over to before the boss fight, you'll be going up this massive elevator. And if you didn't know, you can jump in the little boxes. These little boxes will keep you safe and not make you pass through the acolyte room. This can be really saving to a whole team. And even if you have one person surviving down there, after your teammates die, you can go res them. When you're sitting in this box room, you'll be quickly transported all the way to the top of where you need to go. This is really helpful, and after the other little joining allies thing was fixed, this is your best bet and can really help. Just make sure you kill the acolytes before you jump in the room. And make sure you don't go into a closed room because you won't be able to get in and get stuck on an edge. Lastly, we'll get onto the boss room. This boss room is very stressful, and I recommend using some crazy builds in this thing. Just like you can use my Titan Final Form build, which I made a few videos ago, or my Stag build. Any Stag build would really work. And I think on Hunter, your best bet is invisibility, but the Stasis build might be your second best bet if you really enjoy that. This room is pretty difficult and does a ton of damage, but if you really just want to cheese it out, you can go to through the gate at the beginning of the boss room and just go up and climb up to the ceiling and just shoot down. You might get beamed by the wizard, so you just have to pay attention, but keep spamming stag riffs. Also, ice crystals can be useful because you can put them down so you don't fall all the way down, because it's quite hard to stay up there on the little pillar thing when you're outside of the map. There's a bunch of videos out there, so if you want to really get in depth, you can see this. I did not use this strat though. I felt like just the normal room was more reliable because when you're up on top of that thing, it's really easy to fall, and if you fall, you can get stuck in the map, and there's no way out of it. Because there's no respawn, you'll be foreverly stuck on there, and nobody will be able to res you. It is pretty sad if this happens, so make sure you don't fall. That's mostly it for all the tips and tricks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this different kind of video, just put it in the comments. It means so much to me you guys are watching this, and it means everything that you guys are supporting. If you made it to this point, you are a true hero. Thank you for supporting my dream, and I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys are staying awesome, and I hope you guys are always staying positive. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Goodbye, guys!
Yeah, I need throw.
What? If you just hide in these little boxes over here, you'll be sent up to the top.
Did you fall?
No. I just jumped in one of the boxes and I was joining out.
I think we have one more.
Oh yeah. I forgot. You got us down the shop?
I am.
He's coming over. Another one on me. Another one on me. Behind us. Watch out. Oh Jesus.
Where's the other one?
Right over here. Wanna finish him?
Oh wow.
Finish him, man. Fuck.
That was nice.
Okay, now we can go. Shoot a guy over at him so you can get the wolfpack rounds.
Yeah, 1 second. There we go.
And a big move.
that side.
Oh, jeez. She's above. Above. The danger zone. Holy cow. Titan skating away. Jesus, that was close. Jesus, I shouldn't be alive right now. I'm skeeting this boy. This guy's just chasing me. Oh no! Oh my god, I'm gonna off map tonight. No, I'm dead. What? Oh, my bear is here. Oh, I'm literally dead like 1,000 times over. I'm just skating, man. This is awful. Kill it.
Oh,
Kill her!
dude.